Welcome to Making Herstory. This isn't polished success stories. This is the fire, the chaos, the gut punch truth of women who refuse to play small. The real feral stories. The messy, bold, audacious stories that flip the table and set shit on fire. This is where we roar. It's Ashley Crabb. Buckle up, babe. We're making herstory.
One thing that I am dying to know, Nina, because I don't think I've actually asked you this, but you know how feral I am, and how much I own that.
I love every part of it.
But one of my questions that I'm dying to know is like, what does feral mean to you in business, in motherhood? I mean, what does that mean to you?
You know I touched on this before, but I feel like as women and as young girls, like, we're constantly told to quiet down, to sit down, to get in line and just behave and, don't be too much and all those things. And it really wasn't until becoming a mother that I witnessed it firsthand. Oh my God, you got your hands full, like, to a rambunctious little girl. Like, absolutely, yes, I do. But she lights the world on fire. Like, she brights up a room when she walks into it. Like, I might be biased, but, like, I watched this little girl be everything that, like, I wish I encapsulated as an adult, woman. And so I think being feral as a woman and as a mother and a business owner is like going back to your roots, your wild roots, going back to who you are and, who you are authentically and genuinely, and not having a filter on and not having to quiet down or bite your tongue. It's having that discernment of in life in general. But I think it's so vital that, especially in today's generation, like our day and age, that we become more of our feral selves, because I think we show up more authentically when we do so. I think we learn more about ourselves. We know who we want to be. We know how we want to walk into a room. So I just feel like being feral means being who you are, like, and who you've always been and who you were meant to be, and not losing sight of that. And so, and to people, like, that might sound like, to feral, sounds like crazy, and it's not. I think it's just...
No, it's not.
I think it's
crazy.
Just, it's doing all of the things that as mothers and women we want to do, but it seems crazy to the outside world. It might look crazy to the outside world, but it's not. It's just going back to your roots and going back to who you were meant to be all this time. You know what I mean?
But I love that. I love that because now, like, I have boys, and you just made me, like, really want a girl. But
boys are great too.
They are phenomenal. But I think you just summed it up perfectly. I mean, children are the definition of feral. And again, I'll reiterate what you said. Like, so many people think feral is crazy or not caring, wild, or reckless, wild. I mean,
ruthless.
Am I wild? Yeah. And, like,
ruthless.
I think in some of those senses it is all of those things, but you just, when you said, like, you look at her and you see this feralness, and it's before the world tainted us with everything we have to be. It's before everyone else got their hands on us and gave us their opinions and their insights and their judgments. It's just, that's a beautiful way to look at it. A beautiful, beautiful way to look at it, because especially in business, I mean, I think when we first start out, like, we are looking for guidance. We are looking for those answers. We are looking for those things. but not in a way where we want someone to tell us how to do it, in a way where someone sees what we already have inside of us. And we're just like, how do we pull this out and throw it out into the world? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think too that being in business, that validation comes from your clients. It comes from the results that they see. It comes from, you know, the growth of your business. And then you start realizing, like, you know, you mentioned, it's not that we want someone to tell us what to do. It's not that, it's just, there's this part of us that's going to be looking for a validation in some way.
Yes.
I think as a business owner, you're always going to be looking for some type of validation. And it took
validation,
a long time.
proof of concept. Yeah.
And it took a long time for me to realize and experience that, like, oh, that validation comes from the reviews your clients are giving you, the referrals your clients are giving you, the response that your clients are having to your work, that's where that validation comes from. And then and for a long time, like I said, I tried so many different things and it just wasn't it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't finding that validation. I was having to find the validation inside of me, intrinsically. And so then I'm like, no, this is what I want to be doing. No, I like what I'm doing. But the external validation of booked out business and like steady income, and those weren't the validations I was getting. And I was telling myself in my head, you know, thinking like, that's okay. The validation has to come from me. It can't come from other people. But then
which is true to an extent, and you nailed that.
Yes.
There's that internal and external validation, and when they're freaking fighting each other 24/7 because you haven't kind of hit that sweet spot of what you're doing, it drives you crazy.
It literally will literally drive you mad. It was almost like I'm convincing myself, like, no, I'm on the right path. This has to be the right path. This is going to be the right path, like, because this is what I want to do. I like doing this. The truth was I liked parts of it. The truth was I was good at parts of it. But when you're not booked out, when you're not making money, you're sitting there thinking like, okay, I can't find validation like externally. This validation has to come from me. But then you realize, like, I don't know. Sometimes I think I would just convince myself that, like, no, this is the right path. This has to be the right path. You know?
Yeah.
You start feeling crazy about it because but then you realize once you find that sweet spot in your business and you finally land on something that your passion, like, is bringing that passion out of you and also providing you all the other things you've been looking for in a business, you're like, oh, okay. So it's a dance of intrinsic validation and external validation of, like, okay, I'm on the right path. This really is where I'm supposed to be. This is where I'm meant to be. Yeah. Having that little girl woke something up inside of me. And she's my first, so I don't want to say it's because she's a girl. She's my first child. Having that first child lit something underneath my ass that I was like, I now understand the term mama bear. And not that I never understood it, because, I mean, I do, but she has taught me so much. You understand it on a different
level. Yeah.
And she has taught me so much about myself and what I will accept and not accept out of anything and everything in this life. Not just from other people, but from my career, from my relationship, from my, like, it just woke me up to a point where, like, okay, this is your discernment is 1,000 times %, like, has to be just there. It has to be. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm not finding the correct.
You're like,
words,
can I encapsulate it? Can I encapsulate it? No, but
yes,
I get what you're
saying. Can I let that inner child in me have fun doing what I'm doing? Can I let go of the responsibilities and the stress and bring out my inner child into my work? And essentially, that's also what I think has helped me so much in this business is like bringing in that inner child and letting me be creative. And it's almost therapeutic because I'm taking someone's story, you know, the same way you are here with everything you're building. I'm taking someone's story, someone's passion. I mean, you don't start a business unless you're like passionate about something. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
passionate about, you have to be passionate because this shit's hard. So,
it is super hard.
Like, it's got to be there's something there that's waking you up inside that's saying you need to do this, you need to try this or whatever. So I feel like I channel her and I let my inner child kind of guide me a little more, and it's working out.
Well, just like you, we talk about how business is a personal development journey disguised as a money-making journey. Like, parenthood is this misconception that you are only raising the human being that you brought into the world, but realistically, you are also raising yourself again. Like, it is
you're reparenting yourself.
To reparent yourself in all of the ways that you wanted to be or were not, or, you know, things you learned along the way, or even that your parents learned along the way and shared it with you. And it's just so amazing to me how motherhood and business are also so married. Like, because, I mean, we're moms, we're stay-at-home moms, we are work-from-home moms. Like, our kids see everything. And so this relationship that we have with them, we're like, obviously we are raising them and teaching them and guiding them, but in so many ways they are doing the same for us. And so, you know, when we talk about like letting our inner child come out and being that feral child who didn't question everything before someone gave us a blueprint or a roadmap and say, you have to do this.
They follow
like, yes,
their
my
intuition
kids piss me off when they don't listen and follow my roadmap. I am like, how did we get here where no one follows directions, but we're working on it? But like, also I'm like, you know what? All right, this is how you want to do it. And we're gonna kind of figure it out. You know what I mean? And kind of letting go some of that deep need to control freaking everything.
Yep.
You know what, and just kind of let some of that anxiousness and like need to be perfect and need to be polished, and like we let that go more and more and more. And I think that just empowers us to be better business owners and better mothers and wives and friends and, networking partners. It just aids in so much.
Yeah, they really are just so parallel with one another. Just like, it really is, because there's so many aspects of both that you bring them together, and it's like, oh, okay, this is where we are. This is what we're doing. Like, it just feels like, oh, okay, it all kind of makes sense. And they're both very hard. They're both going to test you. They're both going to challenge you. I mean, I built a website and lost all of it recently. Like, I built an entire website. I mean, these challenges are going to happen. You're not going to find your thing and then it be perfect all the time. Like, you're still going to make mistakes. You're still going to have those learning curves. You're still going to, have to handle each and every client totally different. The same way you have to parent both children differently. Like, there's going to be, but it's doing it in the most, with the best intentions of,
absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
What can we learn here and how do we get better? How can we, let's pivot, let's shift, let's continue. This is still our goal. They are just so similar in that sense of like, we're all just trying to figure it out. I joke all the time, like, we're all just winging it because
but we really are. I think so many of us are.
And I also think because of that, it allows you to give grace to other people. Because to me, like, with my parents, it made me recognize being a parent. There are some aspects where I'm like, shouldn't you have known better? Like, as a parent, shouldn't you have known better? But then there's this part of me that's like, okay, given everything, like, you were doing this for the first time as well. I'm doing this for the first time as well.
Yeah.
Business and motherhood. Like, we're all doing every single day for the first time as well. And I just feel like it helps you extend that grace to your clients, to your friends, to, you know, coworkers. I mean, anyone. To me, I think that is what.
Yeah.
And it helps you release a lot. Like, if you're someone that holds on to things a lot, like the frustrations of someone making a mistake,
and that
the frustrations
and
of
all
someone,
of that.
like it allows you to release so much stuff that you really don't have to be carrying. It's just, it's not your weight to carry. And so I think that's why starting a business and being an entrepreneur really, like, it confirms in me that it really is personal development. Like, you are going to grow and learn and challenge yourself and to be better the next day. That is your goal at the end of the day. Like, 1% better every day.
Yeah.
One foot in front of the other. Like, all the time.
That's not to say we're not going to have, like, shitty days where we feel like we did not get that 1%, or like we took 2 steps back and
like
2 steps forward.
I tell Nick all the time, life feels like a cha-cha. Like, you cha-cha forward and then you cha-cha back. Like, you know, it's 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. And and then eventually you get to that goal line, and guess what? As women, I think, like, we never hit that ceiling or that goal or wherever it is, because we just keep raising it. We just keep raising it.
I think a lot of some people would say, well, you can never like see how far you've come because you keep raising the bar. And I think that's an inaccurate statement to make. Inaccurate in some ways, because it's like, okay, but that's not true, because we've reached it. Like, we reached it, and we saw what the possibility was, and we know that possibility goes further. Like, there truly is no limit, and not in a way where, like, we don't feel like we're enough, or we don't feel like we've accomplished enough, but because we know that, like, we can't be stopped.
Life doesn't stop. Like,
like, life doesn't stop, and, like, we can't be stopped, you know?
Yeah, you just got to keep, like I said, 1% every day, 1 foot in front of the other. I mean, Nick, I'm very grateful for him, because he has also been able to show me perspectives that I probably wouldn't have seen in the past. Like, he's able to take a step back sometimes and see things in a way that, like, if I'm being too hard on myself, or I'm not. So I do also, like, he has taught me a lot that it is 1 step in front. That is what I'm actively doing every day, is like, you're getting better every day. And he has seen so much from when I met him, 8 years ago. He himself has been like, the growth that I have seen in you. It makes me very emotional, because he's like, the growth that I have seen in you. But I also, met him in a time in my life where I flipped my entire world upside down. I left everything that I've ever known and loved. I left it, and I moved to a place where I knew nothing about. And I completely started over. And I just was like, this is about me. This is for me. And that was kind of like, that was also a very, sometimes I think, like, what the hell? But I listened to that feral part of me. That was like, there is more for you out there. I don't know where it is right now, and I don't know how I'm going to get it. But I am not going to know I'm not going to know if I don't go look. And that's exactly what I did. I left Florida. I left everything I've ever known and moved to Pennsylvania. Like, people were like, hey, you know it snows up there? You know what I mean? I'm like, well, I'm about to find out. But, like, very big changes. And there's that part of me that has always been like, I'm going to go find out. I'm going to go find out. You know what I mean? It's that, like,
it's that curiosity. It's that innate feral curiosity that, like, you want to know.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go find out.
And the imagination of imagining what is out there. I think I love that. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm so glad, like, you flipped the entire script and moved to Pennsylvania and are paths crossed and now here we are. I mean, I firmly believe
we have built such a great community up here of like women.
We really have. We have.
Like, it's so funny because people say all the time like entrepreneurship can be very lonely, and I'm like, for sure. But I feel like when you finally like open yourself up to the fact that it doesn't have to be, it's not. Like it's not.
When like you realize, I think especially in some industries and as young females in business, and I think this is a shift so many of us are seeing, so many women across the board. It's like it becomes so much less about competition and it becomes about your community. And it's like, because like I know like women in our circle, like to an extent, like some of us are doing a little bit of the same thing, like, you know, not exactly, not innately the same thing, but it's like we all connect because something connects within our business. And we have built such a strong sisterhood of entrepreneurs who just uplift each other and are sounding boards to each other. And I think it's so amazing. So amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you yourself you have cultivated a great community. No. But I think that's your energy. You are inviting, you are loving, you are accepting. I mean, and I just feel like, how do you not radiate towards that type of joy and energy? When you do that personal development and you grow and you recognize the important things in life, you know, you realize like, okay, it's like a moth to a flame. You know, what's that saying? Yeah. Where when you have that,
I will not remember it, but I know what you're trying to say.
Like when you have that warmth, inviting energy, it's contagious. It's inviting. And you want to be a part of that movement. And I think that that's what's so inspiring is that I know. We both know so many women who want to be part of that movement of creating a space and community where we know we're not alone, where we know we're heard, where we know that, you know, even if we're very different or we've been on different paths, like we are all connected in some way. Absolutely.
And I just, it's really, this last year, like, and you literally, we've talked at least once a week, every other week, like for the last year, almost year and a half maybe. And I know that my business and my journey would not have been the same. Like if we wouldn't have started that connection, if some of the other connections I made wouldn't have started, business just would not have been the same.
I agree. And here's why, because I was in real estate and being in, I say being in the room, you know, with everyone, but being in our group chat, being present in those conversations, it was a wake up call for me that like, I'm not in the right rooms and that's okay. So I need to kind of
get into the right rooms,
build my own room. Right. And essentially that's what I started to do when I decided that web design was going to be my thing. So essentially what happened was I said this to Nick. I'm like, I think I'm going to try this. And he was like, that's incredible. But he's like, you know, I know he was like laughing because he's like, okay. Yeah. So I went to people that I knew and I was like, I think I want to do this. Can I build you a website? If you don't like it, you don't have to use it. Because, you know, like I said before, they had their own things. And I had 3 S's. And I was like, great. And I only built one. The 2 others, it didn't end up working out. Like, they decided that they didn't, you know, I didn't build them. They just decided that, like, I think I'm just going to stick with what I know for right now. And I was like, that's perfectly fine.
Fair, yeah.
One person was like, she literally was like, fuck it, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like, she just had a little DIY, you know, website with one picture and a little blurb and an email to contact her. And I built out an entire new brand suite, a website, and just for months, it was like, oh my God, Nina, like, are you kidding me? Like, she just was beside herself. And the joy that brought me, I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, like, you really like it? Like, you really like it? And so I was like, okay. Then I got another client just from showing the work that I did with her. Then I got another client. Then I signed on 3 more clients, and I'm like, oh my God. So it's funny because I didn't launch publicly until about a month after I had done this project, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to do this for real. Like, and it just kind of like exploded. I mean, when did I start? May. I think May 1st was when May, June, July, August, September. So 4 months. 4 months I've been in business.
Yeah.
And
well, 4 months you have been doing this for business because you're not a new business owner.
Yes.
4 months, that's your pivot.
Yes. 4 months that I've been doing web design.
There we go. And you're fucking killing it. You are blowing it out of the water.
I'm now navigating so much more than I ever did as a business owner because I am navigating a busy, booked out business. Yes. And it has been such a wild ride to experience that in such a short time, but it was so validating to recognize, like, I finally fucking built my room. I built the room.
You got all of the proof of concept to have the external validation. And I love that for you. And I have loved the last 4 months for you. You know what I mean?
Well, and it's funny because, like, you were around, I was in real estate, and then you were around when I started doing, like, I was doing a little bit of consulting work. I mean, we chatted so much about what we want to offer and how we want to offer it and how do we want to show up and da-da-da. And then I was like, I think I'm going to need a website, and I don't want to do, I don't want to just have a stand store. Like, that doesn't feel enough for me. There was all these little pieces that were coming together. Mm-hmm. When I was in real estate, I wanted to build my own website. And when I looked into someone building a website for me, I was like, oh, that kind of money? Like, at the time, I was like, that type of, I got quoted $20,000 for a website. I about frisbeed myself at the, and I was like, oh my God, I'm not in the right place. Like, I'm a stay-at-home mom, $20,000 on a website.
Well, also just like, oh my God, I've never heard of a website costing that much, but okay, like,
I'm like, I was very naive, so I'm like, I'm not, but to me, I was like, for a business that like is not busy, I was like, that's insane. That type of investment is insane for me. And so I was like, okay, maybe I'll just do it myself. And that's what kind of like led me to when I started doing digital products, because I wanted that design element. I wanted to start providing things for people. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, let's start here. And so like I said, it's been such an evolution of getting to where I am. And firsthand. I mean, I've watched your evolution as well over the last year and a half. And sometimes you got to get in the wrong rooms to figure out the room you want to be in or to build your own. You're never going to know unless you do the thing, whether it's the wrong thing or the right thing. My advice, anybody listening right now, is just
forward. Still move the needle forward. Yep.
Go try all the thing you're not sure about.
Still move it forward.
Yeah. And it's going to be, like I said, the needle, it's going to feel like you made the wrong decision and you're in the wrong place and you're doing the wrong thing. But it's going to be like that aha moment of like, okay, I'm one step closer to where I want to be now. Even if it means you're starting over again. Even if it feels like you're starting over again. Even if it means there's nothing, as women, I feel like before, it's easy to see like, oh, we just do all these things or try all these things or pivoting again or shifting again or No. You have to, there's a reason why you are here in this moment right now. There's a reason why you are doing what you are doing right now. And it is because it is taking you towards the thing that you are meant to be doing. The thing that you were born to create. The thing that you were born to build. It is taking you there as much as sometimes it feels like it is not. And that is like, I will die on that hill.
Yeah,
I have
absolutely.
to do You have to do the thing, the hard things, you just have to start. You just have to start.
Absolutely. And work through them and just show up every single day. Every single day. I love that. So, Nina, how can we work with you? How can we work with you? How can we get you in our lives?
Oh my gosh.
I'm already lucky enough. So how does everyone else get to work with you?
Call me, beat me if you want to reach me.
I love it.
I love telling people that. So you can visit my website at www.ninacalabrese.com.
We'll make sure that's in the show notes.
Or on Instagram at Nina Calabrese. Very basic. It's just my name.
Google it. Easy to remember.
You can Google me. But if you are needing a website or you trying to figure out if you need a website, I think that's some of my favorite clients is like, hey, do I have enough to have a website? I don't know. What do I need? How do I need it? Like, I also love the consultation work beforehand. So even if you're someone who's like not sure you need a website but if you're running a business, I highly recommend you have a website because social media cannot be the only way people find you. In today's day and age,
I love it. Preach.
In today's day and age, the feedback that I am getting the most is that clients might not want to work with someone who just doesn't have a website. They don't feel like this person takes their business seriously if they don't have a website. And
right.
That might not be the case for all people. Like, I know for me, I was like, well, why would I build a whole website if I have Stand Store? You know what I mean? Like, people are successful with Stand Store. These were also things I had to move forward. But it's because your Stand Store is not showing up on Google. You don't have Google SEO. You don't have, you know what I mean? Like, you're not popping up in other places aside from wherever you link your Stand Store.
Your visibility isn't there, yeah.
Yeah. So if building your business in 2026 is something you want to do, consult me. Let's chat.
I love it. Consult the website builder, Nina Calabrese.
Yes.
Nina,
I will help you get you where you want to go.
I am so proud of you. And I am so honored that we got to hear your story today and that you were willing to show up and to share that with all of us, because I think so many of us, our stories are very, very different, obviously, but a lot of us need to hear each other's stories to hear how similar we all really are.
And how it's not always a straight path.
No, it can be very, very loopy-doopy, windy, make you want to throw up in your mouth all day long. But we do it.
Steps
but
on
we
the
do it
way
and
go.
we get it done. Right?
Yes,
exactly.
we do.
And that's what feral badass businesswomen do. We keep doing it. For those of you who tuned in today, thank you for coming to Making Herstory, where we share the raw, audacious stories of feral women in business. And I think the power in sharing our stories with others propels us all forward. And it continues to create a community and a space where we know we're not alone, where we know our potential is there, and that the sky's just not the limit. It keeps fucking going. Nina, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been the best.
You bet. All right, everyone. We will talk next week.
You've been listening to Making Herstory. Remember, your story isn't optional. It's your fire, your power, and the heartbeat of every space you build. So take up space, tell it raw, and keep building the kind of legacy that can't be ignored. It's Ashley Crabb, and I'll be back with more bold, brave, feral stories soon. And if you want to stay feral with me, hit subscribe, share this with your sisters, and let's make herstory louder together.